I'm gonna put this knit cap on. And you've been seeing me for a year. If I put this knit cap on, who am I? I'm still Johnnie Cochran with a knit cap. And if you look at O.J. Simpson over there, and he has a rather large head, O.J. Simpson in a knit cap from 2 blocks away is still O.J. Simpson. It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I'm at Inglewood Park Cemetery in Inglewood, California. I just got off an airplane and I came straight to Inglewood Park. It's pretty close by, and I've done quite a few videos here before on quite a few people. And one gentleman that I've never done a video on that I've always wanted to is Johnnie Cochran. Johnnie Cochran, famed lawyer, and probably best known, I would say, to mass audiences as part of the dream team that represented O.J. Simpson in his murder trial. I think that's probably where a lot of people know Johnnie Cochran from, but he had quite an interesting life. Died a little young, I think. And I don't know how I'm going to, I think he's right in this, but let me show you. I think Mr. Cochran's right in here. I've actually mostly come in a different way. I've come different entrance, and a lot of videos I've done are over in a different mausoleum. So that's going to be happening a lot because, like I said, the airport is right here. I want to go in here. There's some people here just chilling. I think he's in here, and I want to be quiet in case there's people mourning and visiting their loved ones. But let me take a look, and then I'll see what I can do about telling more about his life. We're also going to go visit somebody else who's here, whose grave I have been to before, but he's connected to Johnnie Cochran. And then I'm going to take you to Johnnie Cochran's house, which is north of here. And I'll probably do that on a different day, but it's also the house where he passed away. Let's go in here for a moment. So I think Mr. Cochran is here on this wall, possibly. I haven't looked at a picture of his grave. That's something I as I said before, I like to see. There's Hannah Cochran. I like to see them for the first time. That you do, you the viewer. But the GPS is taking me into this hallway. Let me see. I'll show you what I'm doing. There's the blue, that's me. The red is Mr. Cochran. So is he down near the end here? That's where I came in, right? No, the cars are on that side. So he's, oh boy. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure. I'm walking away from him. Okay, so let's go close this way. Now there's a bottom floor as well. Stop here. See? Okay. Poof. Is he right here? Johnnie Cochran. He's right here. Wow, okay. Johnnie Cochran. October 20. No, that's not. He didn't die in 2008. Oh, here he is. That's Johnnie Cochran Sr. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Let's figure this out. Those are his parents. Johnnie L. Cochran Sr., Hattie B. Cochran. Now for seniors, his best husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and friend ever, a life well lived. And for Hattie, I love that name, says the best wife, mother, and grandmother ever, our love is eternal. And then here, Mr. Johnnie L. Cochran Jr., October 2nd, 1937 to March 29th, 2005, our hero, husband, father, son, brother, and beloved by all, warrior for justice. Now, I'm in an indoor mausoleum, and normally if the flowers are like that, I'll just slip the rock in, but it's kind of covered here. Well, it's gonna fall out. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to leave the rock. You know what? I'm not sure where I'm going to leave the rock. Maybe for his parents. Yes, right there on the side. Just tucked away there. For the three of them. Wow. Just make sure that there's nobody around so I can speak at a higher level. Yeah, we're all good. He was born in Louisiana, then he moved to Los Angeles when he was a young boy. And he attended public schools here, and he excelled. Very, very intelligent young man. His family was well off, and apparently he always managed to find friends who had more than he did, and seeing this pushed him even harder. He attended the University of California. I know he graduated in '59 with a bachelor's degree, and from there he went to Loyola Marymount University, where he graduated in '62 with a law degree, then passed the bar exam in California in 1963. He began working as a city attorney. So he began working as prosecutor first. And then in '65, he formed his own law firm. He developed a reputation in the African-American community because in '66, he fought a case on behalf of a young black man who was shot by Los Angeles police officers while trying to get to his pregnant wife in a hospital. Now, Johnnie Cochran argued that the police used unnecessary violence. He lost the case. But like I said, that kind of brought him to attention to the African-American community and for handling cases involving police misconduct. In 1977, he was named the Criminal Trial Lawyer of the Year. So in '78, again, something I didn't know, he returned for 4 years to government service to become the ADA, the Assistant District Attorney for Los Angeles County, the first African-American to ever hold the position. Now, there's a football player named Ron Settles who had been killed by police. When he returned to private practice, Johnnie Cochran won a $750,000 judgment against the city of Los Angeles. So this brought him just more somewhat fame, but also notoriety for celebrities, Tupac, Michael Jackson, Jim Brown. He also defended Reginald Denny. He was that trucker that was beaten during the 1992 LA riots. Right there, I'm showing you a clip from that. He represented him. Now, I think he's not his legacy, but like I said, what he's best going to be remembered for is being part of the defense team for O.J. Simpson. I mean, he was behind that. He was, out of all those lawyers, Robert Shapiro, Robert Kardashian, who am I thinking of? I'm trying to think of the other guy's name. F. Lee Bailey. I mean, there's so many. The Sherpa, I think, was another guy's name. He was, I think, the brains behind it all. And he engineered an acquittal.
Above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187.
For O.J. Simpson, where a lot of people, and I made a video on it, think that, believe that O.J. did it. You can watch my video on O.J. Simpson for what I believe. But one thing about that, he said afterward, because one of his other trial lawyers on his side said that Johnnie Cochran made it about race, and Johnnie Cochran said, I never made it about race. I made it about police misconduct, because that's what it was. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. So he said that he put the reasonable doubt in the jury's mind. That's what he was. They weren't able to convict him beyond a reasonable doubt. So he also defended Diddy in 2002, successfully, I might add, on a stolen weapons charge. But yeah, you can say what you want about the OJ thing, and everybody's got an opinion. I'm sure there's gonna be lots of people in the comments with an opinion. Everybody deserves a right to an attorney and a right to a defense. Everybody. And Johnnie Cochran did his job. He did what he was paid to do and what he's asked to do as a defense attorney. And I'm sure we all have a lot of opinion about defense attorneys who have to defend the worst of the worst. But Johnnie Cochran had intelligence, he had wit, he had swagger. There's something about Johnnie Cochran, and I don't like O.J. Simpson for what he did. So there's my opinion of, if he's guilty or not. But I respect Johnnie Cochran a lot. He did a lot for people. He did a lot of good. He died on March 29th, 2005 in Los Angeles at the age of 67 from a brain tumor. He said that he worked not only for the OJs, but also the no-Js. He enjoyed defending or suing in the name of those who did not have fame or wealth. There was a man named Geronimo Pratt, who was wrongfully convicted. And I think he served 27 years in prison, and Johnnie Cochran got him out. The guy was 400, 500 miles away from where I think it was a murder took place. But he was in jail for 27 years. He always fought for the underdog. Jesse Jackson called him the people's lawyer. Magic Johnson said Cochran was known for representing OJ and Michael, but he was bigger and better than that. I should say he represented Michael back in the early 90s, and then when Michael came to him again with further issues in the early 2000s, Cochran turned him down. He started saying no around, Alan Dershowitz, I should say, was also, it just came to mind. And Barry Sheck, I think I said a weird name, but Barry Sheck was one of the other guys on the Dream Team. There's a bunch of them. But Michael came to him in the 2000s, yeah. But I think it was in 2002. And turned him down. But I think by then he may have known that he was sick or getting sick, possibly, because he retired. He was worth about $8 million when he died, but they said that if he had kept going, he would have been worth 40, 50 million. But he kind of stopped. Now, so I hope I told the story of Johnnie Cochran well. I was a little thrown by being inside there. I'm never thrown by being inside the museum with Dumfries, but there were some people in there when I first went in. And you're people, I already know, people have their opinions on Johnnie Cochran. People have their opinions on OJ, of course. But everybody has a right to an attorney. And when it comes to defense attorneys, it doesn't get much better than Johnnie Cochran. And he fought not just for the rich, he fought against the rich a lot of times. And he fought for people who are victims of miscarriage of justice. He fought for people who deserved a proper defense. You know what I'm saying? Wrongfully accused, that sort of thing. Let's go. Excuse me. Let's go visit someone else. This grave that we're gonna go visit was a grave that took me 3 trips here once to find. I was never able to find his grave properly until the 3rd time, and that's probably back in 2018. But I want to see if I can find his grave now. And then we'll be going up to Johnny's house. So I'm way far up. Mr. Cochrans way back over there. This is a huge cemetery. Huge. And for some reason, it took me 3 times to come here to find Robert Kardashian, another member of the Dream Team. He's somewhere around here, and I don't know what it is, but not being able to find his grave ever. There is a pin to it, but it's not correct. Here he is. No, that's not him. Hold on. Following the pin again, and it's taking me right up this way. Oh, man. Why can I never find Mr. Kardashian? Canada. As I'm walking away from Robert Kardashian, so back this way. Back this way, up here. Nope, down one. Look at that. With the cowboy hat there. Wow. I don't know why I can't find Robert Kardashian. Here he is right here. Thank you. Okay. Wait. Yeah. No. These are his parents. Here, wait. Oh boy. His parents are here. Arthur and Helen. So, Robert T. Kardashian, Helen Jean. These are his parents, for sure. Helen Jean Kardashian. Okay, so this Robert here would be Robert Kardashian, the one that we know. It would be his uncle and wife. So here are his parents. Here is Robert Kardashian. And what section am I in? Such a mental block. Chet Baker's not too far from here. I remember that. Park Terrace. So the pin does take you roughly to, I'm already forgetting where I was. I don't know what it is. Oh wow, this is a very sad grave. Oh, another guy. Just 3. Here's Robert Kardashian. So, member of the Dream Team, lawyer, father of, and I'm not a big Kardashian watcher or know much about the family, but Khloe, Kourtney, Kim, and Rob are his children. And the Bronco chase, the famous OJ Bronco chase, OJ left his house and that started it when he left Robert Kardashian's house. And they had a falling out in later years because Robert Kardashian publicly said he thought, there were some doubts about whether OJ was innocent or not. So I don't think they had quite a friendship after that. But here's Robert G. Kardashian, 1944 to 2003, a man of tender heart and generous spirit. Okay, so not today, because I've got to get settled here in LA because I just got back. And But I'm gonna go over to Johnnie Cochran's house, show you where he lived, where he passed away. So maybe a little nicer weather. But Johnnie Cochran over here, Rob Kardashian right here. 2 members of the Dream Team in the same cemetery. Okay. So I'll see you in a bit. Beautiful, beautiful homes up here. Los Feliz Estates here. Some gorgeous homes. Wow. If you see those buses that go around, you know, in Hollywood to get on celebrity tours and all that sort of thing, they're not going to show you. They're not coming to this area. They're going to go west over into the Hollywood Hills and Beverly Hills. This is east. But yeah, Johnnie Cochran's house is right there. It's a beautiful house. If you take a look, it's very, very cool. It's known as the Johnnie Cochran residence. And it's gorgeous, amazing. Some really funky houses, some older houses here, and some newer ones. As I was driving up, because of the rain and steep hill, it's hard to show out the window, so I wasn't able to really record. But you can see all like this older architecture, newer, and then Johnny's house right there, and that's where he passed away. Right in that house. Wow. It's not too far where I went when Naya Rivera had a house here. Did a video here once before. Yeah, I love these houses. Look at the hills behind it. Wow. Here we go. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. That was my video about Johnnie Cochran, legendary lawyer, member of the Dream Team. Thanks for watching. Rest in peace, Johnny and Robert Kardashian. Love you all. Peace out.